Stop scrolling. Stop wasting another second on distractions. What I'm about to tell you will completely change the way you look at your life. And most people will refuse to hear it because it's uncomfortable, it's raw, and it's brutally honest. You see, nobody ever tells you the truth about success. They make it sound like it's about luck, about talent, about being in the right place at the right time. That is a lie. True success is quiet. True success is invisible. It doesn't happen in moments of glory or sudden breakthroughs. It happens in the tiny daily choices that nobody notices. And here's the part that shocks people the most. The difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of unstoppable achievement is just 1%. Every single day. You think one small action doesn't matter? You think skipping today won't affect tomorrow? That's exactly what keeps people stuck, repeating the same failures, living the same unremarkable life, while wondering why the world keeps moving forward without them. But what if I told you that your future self is being shaped right now, in this moment, by the choices you make, and every second you delay, every excuse you make, you are stealing from that future. Imagine a life where every day you get just a little better, just a little stronger, just a little smarter. Over time, it compounds. 1 year from now, you will be unrecognizable. 10 years from now, you could be unstoppable. This is not hype. This is not theory. This is reality. The knowledge alone will not change your life, but the action you take after hearing it will. So watch carefully, listen, absorb, and most importantly, do. Because by the end of this video, if you're willing to commit, your life will never look the same again. Most people are obsessed with the idea of sudden breakthroughs. They think success is a lightning strike, something that happens overnight, something you either get lucky with or don't. But that is a dangerous illusion. And it's the reason most people drift through life, always waiting for a miracle, always hoping for a shortcut that doesn't exist. Let me be clear. There are no shortcuts. There are no magic formulas. What changes your life is quiet, invisible, and relentless. It is the daily habits you perform without thinking, the tiny choices that nobody notices, but that shape every aspect of who you are and who you become. Think about it for a moment. The people you admire, the ones you call successful, the ones whose lives seem extraordinary. They didn't stumble into it. They didn't win because of a single moment of genius or a single stroke of luck. They won because every day they made a choice, a small choice, a simple action, a step forward when everyone else was sleeping, scrolling, or complaining. And they repeated that choice over and over again until it became automatic, until it became part of who they were. That is the real power that people overlook, the quiet, consistent, daily practice that compounds silently in the background while the world waits for fireworks. You see, most people focus on the wrong measure of success. They look at the outcome, the house, the money, the title, the fame. But outcomes are only the surface. The real work happens beneath. Success is a reflection of your systems, not your goals. Your habits are the system. Your daily routines are the invisible engine that produces results. And when your habits are strong, consistent, and intentional, the results are inevitable. When your habits are weak, inconsistent, or reactive, no amount of wishing, hoping, or dreaming will save you. There's a psychological truth here that most people never internalize. Our brains are wired to seek immediate gratification, to chase the big flashy rewards, to believe in the illusion of overnight success. That wiring makes habits feel boring, tedious, and unimportant. You tell yourself, just one day off won't matter. I'll start tomorrow. I'll catch up later. And yet, each time you give in, you are quietly eroding your future self. You are telling yourself that comfort is more valuable than growth, and over time, those small concessions compound into lives that feel unfulfilled, stagnant, and disappointing. The irony is brutal. We spend so much energy chasing the visible victories while ignoring the invisible work that actually produces them. This is why understanding the supremacy of daily habits is revolutionary. It is the recognition that greatness is not born in a single event. but built quietly, repeatedly, in the choices you make when nobody is watching. The mornings you wake up before the world, the minutes you dedicate to learning, the tiny steps you take towards your goals, the moments you resist distraction, these are the bricks that build empires. No one ever sees you stacking those bricks, but one day, when the structure stands tall, everyone marvels at the result, completely unaware of the labor that went into it. And here is the most important part. The power of daily habits is egalitarian. It doesn't care about your past, your wealth, your connections, or your opportunities. It doesn't reward the loud or the flashy. It rewards consistency, attention, and persistence. You can start today, right now, with a single habit that moves you forward, and if you commit to it day after day, you will be shocked at how far it carries you. You are not waiting for inspiration. You are not waiting for luck. You are creating results with your own hands, quietly, methodically, and inevitably. So if you want to transform your life, don't chase the spectacle. Don't wait for the sudden breakthrough that never comes. Focus on the habits you repeat daily, the choices you make consistently, the tiny steps you take when no one is watching. These are not small. These are everything. They are the foundation of your identity, the engine of your success, and the only reliable path to a life that exceeds even your wildest imagination. Your life is not shaped by the grand gestures you dream about. It is sculpted by the tiny, relentless habits you practice every single day. If you take this to heart, if you start stacking your daily bricks today, in time, you will stand on a foundation so strong that no challenge can shake it. The question is not whether you will succeed, it's how soon you will start building. Your daily habits are your future. Own them, master them, and watch your life become unstoppable. Every morning, when your eyes open, you are confronted with a choice. It may seem insignificant at first, almost invisible, like a whisper in the background of your busy life. Do you hit the snooze button, scroll mindlessly through social media, and drift back into comfort? Or do you take a single deliberate action that moves you forward, even if it's uncomfortable? That one choice, the one you make today, right now, has the power to set the trajectory of your entire life. Most people underestimate this because they think that only big, dramatic decisions matter. They're wrong. The reality is far more profound. Your future is built in the quiet decisions you make when no one is watching. Think about this logically. One choice might feel small, almost meaningless, but every choice triggers a series of reactions. The way you spend your morning affects your energy, your mindset, and your confidence. It shapes how you approach challenges, how you interact with others, and ultimately how much progress you make toward your goals. One small act of discipline, reading for 20 minutes, exercising, writing down your goals, compounds over time. It sets off a chain reaction that, if repeated consistently, becomes unstoppable. Conversely, one choice to give in to distraction, to delay, to settle, can start a downward spiral that erodes your potential and leaves you wondering years later why nothing changed. There is a philosophical depth to this that most people overlook. Life is not a series of isolated events. It is the cumulative effect of choices stacked day by day. The person you will become tomorrow is already being formed by the choices you make today. Every small action is like a seed planted in the soil of your life. Some seeds grow into strong trees, while others wither and die because they were never nurtured. The power of one choice is that it determines which seeds you plant and which path your life will follow. Every decision matters, and yet most people act as though their choices are meaningless. That is why they are stuck. Now let's get psychological. Our brains are wired for comfort. We seek immediate pleasure and avoid discomfort even when the discomfort is the very path to growth. That is why so many people sabotage themselves. They know what they should do, yet they postpone, distract, or rationalize. They wait for motivation to magically appear, not realizing that motivation is unreliable and fleeting. The truth is that discipline and action are far more powerful than inspiration. You do not wait to feel ready. You take the first step, regardless of how you feel. And that first step, the one choice you make in this moment, is what separates those who eventually succeed from those who remain trapped in the cycle of procrastination. Here is something most people never consider. The cumulative impact of choices is invisible at first. One morning spent productively does not feel monumental. One exercise session does not instantly transform your body. 1 hour of focused work does not immediately catapult you to success. And that is precisely why most people quit. They underestimate the compound effect of small, consistent decisions they fail to set. That greatness is not a single explosive event. It is quiet, invisible, and built in the choices you make when no one is watching, when the world continues as usual, when comfort tempts you to give up. But imagine if you could embrace this reality.